on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Mike James with the Change Goods brand, and this is the Weekend Warrior virtual Pilates class. I'm going to host it every Saturday. I'm so grateful for all of you all showing up, and this is just going to be a superior event to all the other virtual platforms and any Pilates that you have ever taught before. Now, a couple of things that I would like to let you know before we start today is, first, the mission of the Change Goods brand is I want to re-innovate what people think about health and wellness and prioritizing their health. The whole reason the name is Change Goods is because I exchange goods and service that inspire people to change for good. So anyhow, with that being said, I would like anyone to share my page to get anyone to like it. Next, when you see the event, thank you so much for signing up. This is going to be an incredible experience to introduce you guys into the method of Pilates. Pilates is a method of exercise that is based around the powerhouse. The powerhouse is your abs, your hips, and your lower back. Now, what else do you need to know about Pilates that we're going to learn today is that there are 6 key principles to the Pilates method, which I'm going to focus on today. 1 is breathing, centering is 2, concentrating, control, precision, and then flowing. So now, what do all those mean? I'll tell you throughout that is just paying attention to our breath work. I actually, outside of the 6 key principles, which I mind you, Pilates created this method of exercise, which was originally called controlology. I'm well aware of the order of what the 6 key principles are. But I found in my 15 years of experience that when it comes to building a sound body and mind connection, that it's really important that you actually focus on the purpose, which is the powerhouse, that your center of your body is based off of the powerhouse. So, with no further ado, let's get into work. Now, first things first, what's important about the breath? We're going to learn an exercise called the 100. The breath, the first thing that's important about it, it's inhaling for 5 counts, exhaling for 5 counts for 10 repetitions. So, before we get into it, the details of it, because I'm going to work out with you all today. If you happen to take the virtual private class, it's going to be me pretty much watching you work out and verbally instructing you how to do it and improving it based on the quality of your work. So, with the 100, when you're inhaling, it's a deep inhale from your nose. It's inhale, then exhale. Inhale through the nose, inhale, exhale. Now, if you hear when I exhale, it's a deep exhale from the base of your lungs. It's diaphragmatic breathing. What I like to do is not so much of a belly breath, it's just that you exhale deep, cleansing out the lungs. You're pushing the air from the bottom of your lungs all the way out. The best way to describe that is, it's not like you're blowing out birthday candles, you know, when you pucker your lips. It's a deep exhale. The importance of that is that you're oxidating the blood. So when we perform this exercise, it's really important that you focus on the breath. It's inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, through the back of the mouth. It's just like you want to see your breath in cold air. The significance of that, so every exercise, when you hear me say inhale, I want you to inhale through the nose and exhale through the back of your mouth. That's the first key principle that I want you to learn, is that you're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the back of your mouth. Remember, we're trying to see our breath in cold air, not blowing out birthday candles, because we're trying to get some anti-aging processing, because Joseph Pilates said that you're only as young as your spine is flexible. So, if you have any back problems, any neck injuries at all, I want you to pay exclusive attention to what I'm about to say now. Is when you're performing these exercises, whether you see someone else on the Zoom performing an exercise and you see that their legs are straighter than yours, I want everyone to pay attention to the exercises that I'm doing. When I change the exercise into a more progressive method, I'm going to be able to tell you, I'll verbally instruct you that, hey, if you're more intermediate or advanced, this is what you do. So, with no further ado, let's get into the exercises. We're going to start by laying flat on our backs here. So now, what I want you to realize is when you lay flat on your back, it's not to overthink it. I want you to relax your arms by your side. We're going to take a full body scan. We're trying to get full body awareness here. So what I want you to do is I want you to take in, we're going to work from, Pilates is said that we work from the ground up. So we're going to start with your feet. How do your feet feel? Do you feel like you're well balanced on your feet here? Are your knees no wider than your hips? There you go. So from the feet and up to the knees, from the shins. Now, from the knee, go down to the thighs all the way to your hip. Now, right there where your thigh bone, the femur, meets your hips, there's this little bony structure called the pelvis, the hips. It's my thing. I'm obsessed with the pelvis. You're going to hear a lot of stuff in here about the pelvis and the pelvic floor connection. So what you're going to do is I want you to put your hands on your hips, like you're putting your hands on your hips as if you were standing. I want your fingertips in the cups, and I want your thumbs just above the back of your waist. Now, the only thing I want you to do is I want you to extend your back until you feel your pelvis tilt up. Then I want you to tuck the tailbone under, and I just want you to keep doing this back and forth. Now, as you're doing this, you may see that my head is moving back and forth, back and forth. What you want to do is when you tighten the core, you'll be able to control the movement of the head, and then you'll feel a deeper sensation on the lower abs. That is the pelvic floor connection. That is what I want you guys to take from this first Weekend Warriors Pilates class. I want you to pay attention to the pelvis now. So now, what's next here is I want you to lay flat on your back, bring the knees into the tabletop position here, right? Now, relax the hands by your side. We're now well aware of our pelvis. Now, what I want you to do is this here alone, your tabletop position. Most people bring their knees into your chest. What I want you to do, a tabletop position, is the best way to describe it is an arm's distance away from your shoulders here. So now, whatever you push, it's an arm's distance. So now, once you do that, you should already feel your core stabilizing. It's already hard, and I get it, guys. But it's going to get better. It's going to be great for your back. Now, we're going to do something I call a knee fold. Now, before you move anywhere else, I want to teach you about the powerhouse connection and what we're trying to establish here. The powerhouse connection is you just pull the abs in. We're not going to get too fancy with it. This is the first time. The arms relax down by your side. You want to maintain this tabletop L position. You keep the core engaged the entire time. You lower the left heel down, keep the right leg exactly where it's at, and then you bring it back up. So we're centering. We're concentrating by making sure we're mindful of the movements that there is, the 6 key principles. Then we're controlling the movement with our powerhouse there. Now, remember when I said the breath? So we got the centering, is the core is engaged, right? Concentrating by maintaining that core engagement and the shape of our legs. We want to keep the back flat. Now, what you want to concentrate on is you don't want that pelvis to arch your lower back off the mat. And I'm pretty sure that it's probably tiring for a lot of your hips and a lot of your core. It's going to take a while to get out of the hips. So just keep showing up every Saturday and you're going to improve. Or you can always sign up for a virtual private. Go ahead and check out the link in the bio at www.changegoodsbrand.com just to see that there. So now, what I want you to do is bring your hands and rest them on your knees. You still keep your tabletop position there. Now, that was the knee folds. What I want you to do is I want you to bring the heels together. We're going to learn the midline cue now. So what I want you to do is holding the knees here, bring the heels to touch each other. Now, this should be easier because you're holding onto your legs. I want you to let go, press the heels together, and think about lifting the belly button in along your spine. Then you're going to bring the heels down, and then you bring them up. Good. Now breath. It's inhale. Anytime you lengthen away from the powerhouse, you exhale back up. in my personal opinion. Other people will tell you different things. This is my way of doing it. Inhale up and exhale in. You lengthen away from the pouch because it facilitates extension. Inhale, exhale up. Good. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Now, you hug the knees into your chest there. You want to stretch the lower back. Now, you want to be even mindful of these stretches. A lot of people just get in there and you hug it. I want you to anchor the tailbone down. Think that you're lengthening your neck and then draw the knees into your chest while trying to keep the tailbone anchored. You're going to feel a nice, slight tug on your lower back. And it's a great stretch for your spine. So now, we're going to rest the feet down for a little bit. Align yourself. We're going to prepare for the 100 here. We're going to lift the abdominals in and up. We're going to bring the knees into your chest. Now, no matter who you are, if you have a neck injury, you're going to keep your neck down. First thing first is you want to keep the neck down. Now, when we lift our head, neck, and shoulders, a very common complaint in Pilates is that, oh, my neck, this is killing my neck. You've got to work on the flexion of your thoracic spine in order to do this properly. So you want to lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Look down into your navel here, right? Scoop the abdominals in and up. You reach the arms forward here. Good. Now, what I want you to do is lift up, reaching beyond the knees. You scoop up high, pull the abdominals in, look down into your navel. You don't want to look up. That's because gravity is going to push down on your head, and you're going to feel it in the back of your neck. So in order to get it out of your neck, you flex the abs, look down into your belly button, reach in the arms more. You want to relax the shoulders, calm. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Lay flat. So now, neck injuries again, keep the head down. This is for the people with the healthy bodies here. But we're still trying to work on our core strength. So now, next thing you want to do is I'm deconstructing the 100 here. So now, you want to bring the knees into your chest. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders, looking down into your belly button. Hold it. Bring the knees together. Now, if you have a bad back, you can still do this with your head down. On a bad neck. Keep your head down and you can go here. You want to reach your fingers for your heels. If you're able-bodied, you can curl up, reach for your heels, press the knees together, look down your belly button, and pump the arms up and down. Breathe it in, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm going to give techniques instead of counting the breaths. You keep the arms pumping. You hug the knees together, the shoulders relax. You zip the abs in and up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hug the knees. Get the shoulders off the mat. Reaching through the fingers. 2 and 1. You rest the head down. You rest the feet flat here. Good. So now that was the 100. It's designed to oxidate the blood and get the blood flowing. Does anybody have their heart flowing now? Just raise your hand up. Raise your hand, raise your hand. Good, good. Is anyone experiencing any pain at all? Is anyone going to experience any pain? Just click on the Zoom if you feel any pain in your back at all. No, we're good? Good, 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 good. So, now, how do people feel? You feel like you already worked your core enough and you're ready to go home and pack it up? Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that today, all right, guys? So now, we're just going to see this out. We're actually only going to do a brief workout, and then I'm going to give you guys some breathing techniques, teach you how to do some journaling, how to continue to remember these exercises, and things like that, so you continuously do these every day, all right? So now that we did the 100, we're going to do the half roll down today. We're going to eventually build this up to do the full roll up. So now what I want you to do is bring the knees into your chest, right? You lift the head, neck, and shoulders. You tighten the abs, and you rock up to a seated position. Good. So now, the half roll down. Now, this is really important to me. Like, a lot of people are tightening their hips here, and then they're tightening the lower back. and they have poor flexibility in their hamstrings. So even just someone like me, you're sitting up nice and tall here, and it's like, so say if you're sitting at a desk and you do this all day. Nobody sits at their desk like this. The more fatigued you get, you might have poor rest, you're high on coffee, whatever it may be, is that you're sitting there and we all slouch like this. Like everyone's always slouching. We sit in our car and it's always like this. I call this lounging in the Cadillac. And all of it, one of the biggest proponents to lower back pain is that, like, Americans have back in their chairs. Like, there's very limited back problems in Japan, and that's partially due to, well, actually, mostly due to the fact that they don't have backs on their chairs there. They either sit down on the floor. A lot of Asian cultures don't have back support on their chairs because you don't really need it. It's just about maintaining a strong core, and that's what most back pain is. So if you're interested, if you have some back pain and then you're not sure whether or not, like if Pilates is for you or not, I'm extremely experienced in working with bad back clients. So if you're someone with back issues, this is just a lightweight introduction to get you into what more of the principles of Pilates is. A lot of people think it's yoga. It's not yoga. It's literally, quite literally, the method of controlology invented by Joseph Pilates. It's a lot of core work, more than yoga. There is some provided stretching. Pilates says that you can get more flexibility through a strong core, and that's actually been proven. That the stronger your core get, the more you can actually reach down and touch your toes and things like that. So anyhow, let's get back. So, we're doing the half roll down here. What I want you to do is reach the hands straight forward, right? Now, here, you want to sit nice and tall. You should feel some tightness in your hips there a little bit. I want you to body stand again. Pay attention to your feet. The hands reach straight forward. You roll back, curling the tailbone under. The hands go to the knees here. So you should be able to touch the knees. Now, the idea of this exercise, you're not doing a sit-up. It's one of the 6 key principles. Control. You're trying to control the movement. You're moving with intention and integrity. It's here. You move back. You're curling the tailbone under. When you come up, you bring your forehead to your knees. You don't lift up and rise. You just stay rounded, creating that space in the hips. You inhale, hinge back. Exhale, come all the way back up. Good. Inhale back. Hands to the shoulders. Now, hold here. You're going to keep your eyes on your navel. The shoulder relaxed. Your feet should feel like they're trying to come up. Try to anchor them down. But you're going to lift the belly button in order to do that. Then you lift the arms straight up. You don't shrug the shoulders. Hold the arms up. Lower them down. Curl back. Lift the arms up. Look down at the belly button. Tighten those abs and up. Last time. Reach and up towards the ceiling. Reach the hands straight forward. Roll down, control onto your back. Good. So now, what you do from there, that was the half roll down. You control yourself down and you didn't plop down. I hope you did. So now, what's next you're going to do is the one-leg circles. We're going to start by laying flat on our backs here. The arms, now this is a good point to introduce the 4 points of your powerhouse. It's the abs, your hips, and your lower back, right? So now, we're going to work on the 4 corners here. I like to say it's the shoulders, the collarbone here, all the way down to your hips. So what you want is to have the 4 corners anchored into the mat. It's almost like you're opening the hips up, but you're opening the collarbones. You can, however you have to do it, don't worry about what the hands do. I just want your shoulders to be backing up. I have this thing called always be camera ready. I'll show you when you're sitting up. So now, here we go. So now, what you want to do is you keep your back flat. All 4 points are open. Shoulders, hips, neck is long. You tighten the core. You want to make sure that in this exercise, the only thing moving is the thing that I said, is you bring that left knee into a tabletop position. From this position, you don't need your hands. I want you to actually get into the habit, keeping the core engaged, lifting this knee into the tabletop position, reaching the leg up towards the ceiling. Now, I want you to tighten the abs. Keep the core engaged, swing the leg across, down, and up. Good. Inhale, across, down, and up. Across, down, and up. Good. When you circle this, You want to pull the abs in. The 6 key principles: control, concentrating. You don't want to just do like some little dancer thing where you move your legs around. You want to move with intention. Be intentional. You lift the abs. Inhale, exhale, up, all the way. Down and up. It's okay that if you don't have as flexible hamstrings as I do, flex, and then you hear right here like this. Now you can bend the knee slightly, right? Turn the knee out and perform the same thing. But the thing that you have to do is don't try to straighten the leg. Just maintain the integrity of the shape of your leg. Circle across, down, out, and up. Good. Inhale, down, out, and across. 2, and then 1. Good. Stop at the top. Reverse. Out. This is all for the hip. Here, lower abs. 2, and 1. Now, stretch the leg. The same thing. You want to keep this leg straight. Bring this foot down flat. Bring the other leg up. Reach the leg up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot. Tighten the abs. Down and up. Good. Down and up. Down and up. Notice how the left leg is not moving at all. You want to lift the abs. Lengthen the spine. Circle the leg. Inhale and exhale up. Good. You don't want the hips to sashay. Like, it's not like you're dancing salsa, merengue, or bachata, or something like that. You want to keep the leg down, out, and up. Good. Lift the abs, down, out, and up. 2. This is good for flexibility in the hips, whether you do like mixed martial arts, if you're a cyclist, and a runner. Runners definitely need to do that exercise because there's so much high impact on the ground with your knees and your hips that you need to have a functional movement system to actually counteract the damage being done by running. Like, I'm not a runner, but people are, and so that's next. So now, those are one-leg circles. What you want to do is bring the right knee into your chest, bring the left knee into your chest. We're going to do something called roll like a ball. Now, and you lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. You're going to rock up to the seated position here, right? So now, what you're going to do, we're only going to do 5 repetitions of this exercise. The most important part of this exercise is just like the half roll down. I have this whole lecture I can go on about how all the exercises are the same. So what you want to do is you want to lift your feet off the balance here, right? Now, if you can't grab your ankles like I am, you can grab behind the backs of your knees here. The key is the balance on your tailbone here. Now, what you want to do, but I like this because when you grab onto your ankles here, you can even go up to your knees, but you want to create more space into where the arms are straightened. Now, what you want to do is called rolling like a ball. The one thing that people have a challenge with on this exercise and the mobility of it is that they tend to think that they either bring their head up and they fall flat down like that, and then they try to get up off sheer strength alone. Or what people do is that they'll leave the legs here and then come up like that, like some kind of sit-up. The purpose of this exercise is that first you stay looking down. This is about flexion of the spine. You can't roll if you're not round. So now, you lift the abs in and up, pull the abs in, inhale, exhale, up. Good. Inhale, back, exhale, up. Last time, inhale, and exhale. Last time, inhale, back, exhale, up. One more time. And now, you hold the balance there. You rest the feet down flat. Good. Now, what I want you to do is you're going to roll down flat onto your back for the ab series. Rest here. Now, what you want to do, fix my shorts here. So now, what you want to do is you want to bring the knees into your chest. You're going to lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Today, you're just going to do straight right leg out, keep the elbows up, keep your eyes on your navel, switch legs. There. You don't do anything with the hands, but keep the elbows high. And 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5. That's the single leg stretch. You rest the head down. So now that's the single leg stretch. Next we're going to do the double leg stretch. So the series of 5 is like my favorite exercise series, to where if you're ever going to go work out and you're on vacation and you want to do something. I'm really big, the less is more. It's like some people just don't do anything at all. So now what you want to do is you want to bring the knees into your chest here. You lift the head, neck, and shoulders. It's 5 exercises. The best way I remember it is single, double, crisscross. So it's like, so what it is you do single leg stretch, right? This next one is the double leg stretch. So you reach out, up towards the ceiling, and in. Inhale, out, exhale, in. Inhale, out, exhale, in. So now, the idea of that, just to give you some more details to this, is when you hug the heels and knees together, you pull the abs in, you relax the shoulders. This is a center and concentration and control exercise to the max. You look down, you reach out, hold, the shoulders relax down. You lift the abs up, you circle around, in and up. Good, inhale out, exhale in. 5, 4, 3, eyes on the navel the whole time, 2, and last 1, and rest. So now, that was the single leg and the double leg stretch. Now we're going to do scissors. So now, scissors, you bring the knees into your chest. You just came back from here. Now, the transition from this is that we're working for is that you're going to go out like this, swing the leg up, hold. Tighten the abs, switch, switch, switch. Keep the legs straight. You don't even have to worry about the arms. It's just about the legs. Switch. Lift the belly button. Abdominals, lift the legs. Inhale the lower, exhale the lift. 3, 2, 1, and 1. Bend the knees and rest. Whew. Exhausting. So now, No. So what you have to do is that you don't have to do all the exercise nonstop. You don't even have to do the exercises with your head up. So one of the things that you want to realize is that, like, eventually we're going to flow into more of these exercises. I'm giving you the basic principles of the exercise. This is day 1, the first time trying. I may even repeat this over and over again because it's really important. These are the fundamentals of Pilates. The more and more that you come, you stay consistent. I'm promising you that, man, like, book a private with me. How about you do this? Go to the webpage or go onto my Facebook or even in this Instagram that you have here, and then send me a message, and then I'll come follow up with you, and then that'll be great. So, anyhow, next, a series of 5. Remember that we did single and double. Single and double. And now we're going to do single and double again. We just did the scissors. The single was the straight legs. The double is going to be, we're going to do both legs at the same time, and then we're going to go right into crisscross. Just for pressing for time today. So now, you roll down flat on your back here, right? Now, you lift the head, neck, and shoulders up, right? You're going to place the hands behind your neck, curl up, straighten the legs up, hug the legs together, lower the legs down, 2, 3, lift them up. Lower down, scoop the abdominals, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. 4, 3, you want to pull the abs in, lengthen the legs, hug the legs together. 2, and 1. Twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. You rock up to a seated position, head straight, and then you come in forward here. So now, that was a series of 5. It was the single leg stretch, the double leg stretch, scissors, lower lift, and then that was the crisscross, the last one. So, now, we're going to do a cool down, where it's just a bunch of stretching here. I want you to sit up nice and tall here. Now, I can either go sideways. Now, if you're tight in your hamstrings when you do this, you can prop your hips up, like sit on something raised, in order to be able to do it more. So, what I want you to do is I want you to sit nice and tall. Pull the abs in, right? Now, I want you to slide the hands out. The palms are flat here, right? So now, when your shoulders relax down, tighten the abs. I want you to lift the arms straight up. Lower them right back down. Sit tall. Inhale, lift. Exhale, up. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, up. Now, I'm going to show you the side view of this because this is what's important. It's not as easy as it looks. Is you want to sit down nice and tall with a straight back, right? This idea is the fact that most people commonly, like especially men, and then actually women, because of the fact that everybody was so obsessed with being into our shoulders, when in fact is that you lift the chest because we want to lift the arms from the lats. It's straight up, lower down. Lift up and lower down. Good. Lift up and lower down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straight out. Arms go straight out. Here, we're going to flex the feet, twist, flex, and pulse. 3, 2, 1. This is the saw. And twist in. You twist, tighten the abs, reach, and pulse. 3, 2, 1. Rolling up through the spine. And the idea is that you're rotating. This is a good theory here. On this exercise, you want to think that your pelvis is the jar. Your rib cage is a lid. So what you want to do is you sit here, you lift the chest, flexing the feet, you twist, maintain. So in order to get the lid off the jar, you got to keep the jar still to twist the lid. So the rib cage is the lid. The jar stays perfectly still. The feet twist, just maximize your potential. Reach, swing the arm back, pulse. 3, 2, 1. Roll up, sit nice and tall. Twisting, exhale, reach. 3, 2, 1, and reach and roll up. So now, guys, that was a little warm up there. So now, every Saturday, I'm going to increase the intensity of the exercise. I just want to get the basic principles into your mind. I'm going to keep it minimalized to where if you only have 30 minutes, because one of the things that I do in my coaching is that in time management, is that you have to realize that you don't need to do a full hour and do some exercise. And then what you'll realize is that maybe now that you did the 30 minutes and you got a little energy going, you got something going, you can spend the rest of this time, if you need to go, you can go do it. Now I'm going to give you guys some time management tips on how you can enhance and follow up with this. Now this would be a good time that now that you got up, it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. We're going to go and do some stuff today. Maybe you have plans to do something. You can still go do those things and work out, and you're going to feel better about everything you did because you did something instead of nothing, instead of just operating on this, like your health is your biggest priority. Who wants to go to Turks and Caicos and then you can't do all the fun stuff because you're like out of shape and scared because you don't have any physical strength, you know? And it's like there's tons of things like going to the park with your kids, like, and you want to spend time with them and you want them children learn through playing. Like, and then you go to the park and you're so out of shape and you're miserable because it's hot. And like, you mean, when it's hot and you're in shape, you're in much better shape than when it's like, when you're out of shape and hot. It's because then you go to the park with your kids, which I highly don't recommend taking your kids at the height of noon because those slides get piping hot. But it's still like one of those things you have to focus on prioritizing your health because overall it's going to increase the betterment of your life, guys. So I thank you guys on the Zoom. I'm going to get ready to transition and invite some live people on just so we can get some more people into the class. If you have to go somewhere, I'm really grateful for you taking the time out to find out more about what Pilates is. I'm going to start producing more videos, more content, and then showing you more and more and more of the services that I provide. This is a way that I got one day a week to where I focus on giving more value to you, and I am open for comments, suggestions, something that you want to work on that I can actually focus on to make everybody do it. I will try to reach you guys who are the first ones here on it. You guys are going to be first priority every time. You reach out to me, you tell me something like, hey, I kind of tweaked my back a little bit. I'll make this whole class about making your back healthier. It's just all you got to do is if you make the commitment to me, I'll double down on you. I'll triple down on you. So anyhow, guys, let me go set up this Facebook Live, and then we will get back. And then if you want to stay and learn about some time management, and then how I got some tips on how you can actually squeeze your diet in. But first, the most important thing that I can tell you guys, what I talked about at the beginning, is that you got to focus on your diet, your time, and your commitment. Meaning that once you decide to live a healthy lifestyle, you got to see how much time, how much sleep do you need? You need to know how much sleep do you need? What do you like to eat? What is your biggest weakness when you eat? How often do you eat? Are you drinking enough water? A lot of the things I like to say, I'm a fan of hip hop. So a lot of these things I like to say that we freestyle it most of the time. But most of the time we're freestyling it, and then we get sidetracked, and then we completely alienate what our true values and goals are. So anyhow, guys, let's stick around if you want on the Zoom. We're going to invite some people here on the line.